Welcome, welcome. I am your local Leonida Man, and today we're going to be going over a GTA 6 screenshot that I picked out that a lot of people don't get the small details because they don't actually live here. And we're going to be going over that today, and I know there is lots of focus on the earnings call right now, and I'll make a future video on that. But I just want to take a minute to go back and look at some of these good old screenshots we've been looking at for the past, I don't know, year, I guess. And actually compare it to, someone who lives in the state and give you some little cool insight. Alrighty, so here we are. Beautiful screenshots, pretty funny. You got lots of stuff going on. Um, I could. It's mind blowing how accurate this is. But your eye goes to this old lady right here. Okay, and if you if you've ever stepped foot in Florida, you know that just that right there, that lady is so accurate. It's so accurate. It's on the nose accurate, and it's so funny to me. But I want to take a minute and talk about her scooter here. Hopefully it's going to be a drivable vehicle, I would assume. But you got to realize that people down here drive these things on sidewalks, roads. They have their own bridges. There's whole towns built for people who ride scooters and go karts, or golf carts. And they ride them around like cars. And then again, I mean, if you look at the price tag of some of these golf carts, they're used car territory. Let's just leave it at that. Um, so, I mean, and people do some wild things with these things. Like, for example, check this out. Yeah, that 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 one hurt pretty bad. Um, But yeah, right here, another little detail that I wanted to point out that's really cool is if you look at this cup right here, and if you kind of just glance at it, it caught my eye when I first seen this, and I was like, wow, this is close to what we call a store named Wawa. And Wawa is like a Bucky's or a place that sells subs on steroids. It's like a gas station. And this logo, at first glance, looked like Wawa to me. And I'll put that up here. There's the Wawa logo. And to me, that just looks so close. And it just shows that Rockstar is just on the nose with it. They are so. That is like elite ball knowledge of Florida. And it just makes me so happy. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out for this screenshot here is these people on the right getting off this bus, okay? These are tourists, and we are absolutely famous for tourists down here. And they're including all sorts of people. And look, you got more tourists right here taking pictures. You got tourists on top of a statue, and that is just so accurate. We have so many people that come to this state. And I'm gonna put a graphic up on screen here. That's on average how many people visit the state in a year, and it is insane how much traffic and tourists we get down here, and especially the Keys and in major cities and things like that. Out in rural places, it gets a little sparse, and there's not a lot of people, not a lot of movement. But near these big places like this, there is just so much going on, and it looks like they have captured that perfectly. That is just absolutely perfect. The foliage in the background is dead on. The signage is dead on. I've seen plenty of boat ads like that. That is perfect. So you got a little iguana guy. We got iguanas falling from trees all the time. So it is so mind-blowingly perfect, and I just can't wait to see more. And so this is the first screenshot I got going on. um, I will talk about the Earnings call, just a smidge, because I am a little bit hyped for it. I mean, I'm not like too hyped all in earnings call, but um, it is leading us down a good road to get more information. Now, a mini segment that I wanted to talk about is that, I talked about the foliage in the background and with trees and like the beaches. Like, I'll get to another screenshot probably eventually talking about the beaches and how there's all tourists on there, and just the amount of detail that Rockstar has with all the NPCs and people doing things. Um, and if they keep this up, man, this game is gonna be insane. It is gonna be so surreal for me to see it in action, because it's just gonna be where I live, where I grew up, and it's gonna be really, really funny. But I want to end this on this: if you could think of something that Rockstar needs to include in Leonida to make it even more real to you, what would you include? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.